One of the best ways to practice your craft and become a better public speaker is to join a public speaking group. There are groups out there such as Toastmasters. I did Toastmasters in college, right? And this is perfect because this is probably the biggest public speaking group in the world, right? And they give you feedback. They have a workbook that goes through different types of speeches. You'll practice doing an impromptu speech. You practice doing all kinds of different speeches, right? And everybody there is there to learn and give feedback, right? So I highly suggest taking Toastmaster groups and classes. A second type of group to join for public speaking, which is one that most people aren't really aware about, is taking a situational improv class. Improv classes are a great secret to becoming a better public speaker, right? Because going back to the reason people fear public speaking, they're feared because they're uncomfortable with the unknown, right? They're uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. And situational improv is all about the unknown. It's all about the uncomfortable, getting outside your shell, breaking your shell, right? So situational improv, for those who don't know, it's kind of like Saturday Night Live, right? Imagine you're out there and you're in a group of like 4 people and they say, okay, for 5 or 10 minutes, we'll give you different characters, different roles, and you have to play those roles, right? And go, right? So during this class, they'll teach you different techniques to kind of make things funny, right? To be very quick on your feet, very witty, right? So taking situational improv class is something I highly suggest if you want to become a better public speaker. As a matter of fact, actually, most classes, most programs out there offer free introductory classes. Usually the first class is free as a trial or demo, right? So you can just find one in your local region, go there and try it out one time for free. And it's a very, very great class. All right, so I've given you guys the game on how to become a better public speaker, right? We talked about body language, so just to kind of recap, right? The 3 main things to take away from this video on becoming a better public speaker. 1, eye contact, right? Eye contact. Don't read your speech, right? Reading your speech and looking up is not good, right? Toss that out, toss that all the way out the window, right? Outline your speech, create acronyms for your speech so you can recall it, right? And 2, perfect practice makes perfect. Practice that outline, right? Practice it the first time by improvising it, practice it the second time with the outline, then practice the third time with that by improvising it again, right? This makes you comfortable with the unknown, because this is where people get that fear of public speaking. They're uncomfortable with the unknown, and they're also uncomfortable with what people think about them, right? So by internalizing your speech or your outline, right, this allows you to focus on the other things, like body language, which is everything, right? Gesturing and tonality, right? So by practicing all of this, you can become a better public speaker, right? And lastly, join a public speaking group, Toastmasters, Situational Improv, and become a better speaker that way. So with that being said, this has been a really in-depth video. I hope you guys like it, right? Make sure you subscribe to this video, my channel, my website, right? Hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Diary of a Made Man, diaryofamadman.com. Let me know what you guys think. Holla at me.